Hey everyone, it's Brooke. I got another direct mail piece in my mail that I want to talk to you about, and I think I'm going to keep getting things in the mail, and I want to keep talking about them. So I'm going to name this series In the Mail. Look at what I got in the mail. I did a Yellowstone Forever one recently, which you can watch on my YouTube channel, and this is one that we got now from Sierra Club. And this is a mixed bag. There's actually a lot of stuff they're doing well in here, which is cool, and I want to point out what they're doing well. And I also want to point out where things went off the rails a little bit here. So first, the envelope, intriguing, engaging. I was a little bit confused at first by the buzzkill part, because immediately my brain went to buzz driving and drunk driving, which is a campaign that's been done by the Ad Council for a number of years. But it caught my attention, intrigued me enough to open it up and not just toss it in the recycling bin. And on the back, they talk about things I can get for free if I donate. That's going to get me to open it up. So open it up I did. The very first thing I get is this piece of Join Today. Join Today, it costs less than a nickel a day to become a Sierra Club member. There recently was a research article put out by Chicago Booth Review saying that when you frame cost as a per day cost, especially for charitable organizations, you get more donations than if you frame it as a lump sum cost. So that would be like an annual or quarterly cost. So they did this really well. A nickel a day doesn't sound like much money, sounds very affordable and feasible to do. They also give me a membership card right out the gate, even though I haven't given a donation or haven't joined yet. This gives me a sense of belonging already and a sense of identity as a Sierra Club member. And that's great. That means I feel like, how do I stay in this club since it feels like I'm already a member of this club? I already sort of have this badge of honor that I don't want to lose. So I think all of this right away is doing a great job. Act Now to Save the Honeybees is a sense of urgency, but also a sense of efficacy. Like I can actually help to save the honeybees. I can do my part. And I really like that combination of both efficacy and urgency. Tells me about the free stuff I can get and encourages me to send in, sign a petition to the EPA administrator to help save the honeybees. An issue here is that they actually used the name of the EPA administrator at the time, Scott Pruitt. A little bit of a lesson learned. We are seeing quite a bit of turnover in the government, so it may be risky to spend money on printing the name, since who knows when it's going to become out of date. So if they just did the EPA administrator, I think it would have been fine. I get the intention of calling out specific names, but in this case, it actually kind of worked against them. So after, this is just the first thing, there's a bunch of other stuff. I get a packet of seeds, which I'm excited to plant. I love that they gave me something for free already, which actually helps with doing things like signing and sending in a commitment form, because it's like a benefit exchange. You've already given me something, so I can certainly do something as well in return. I get a pack of stickers of honeybees, which are really nice, and I'm excited to keep them and use them. On the back of this is reasons why you should support the Sierra Club. This on its own would be a bit text-heavy, a bit boring, honestly, but because they put it on the back of something you're likely to keep, it may mean that consumers spend more time reading this because it's going to be in their possession for a longer time. So I like that as well. So far I'm feeling pretty jazzed. I'm feeling excited. Information on the free gift I could get, a cooler bag, a day bag, reusable bags, reusable grocery bags, and benefits of Sierra Club membership on the back. This is all nice. It's very aligned with the brand in terms of their giveaways. Their giveaways are about being outside, exploring nature, and having a lower impact on the environment. So all that makes a lot of sense, and it all looks pretty cool. Like it's definitely something I would want to have. So I feel already inspired, motivated, and committed to do something and to stay in the club that I feel like I'm already a part of. But then we get to the letter. And this starts to feel like Yellowstone Forever, right? So it's not a 4-page letter, it's a 3-page letter. What that means, there's an entire blank page on the back. I don't like blank pages, especially coming from an environmental organization. You shouldn't have wasted space. In fact, this whole thing is a bit of wasted paper and wasted space. This starts with, dear friend of the environment, that's me, the apocalypse is very real. All right, so now we're in doom and gloom. Like, I've been feeling happy, motivated, inspired, and now I'm getting punched in the face with a doom and gloom message that's totally not necessary. I'm already ready to act on behalf of the honeybees. I don't need to know that beepocalypse is happening. And it basically says this for 3 pages. We're running out of time. If we lose them now, we can't get them back. We're helpless, we're hopeless, and doom and gloom and urgency, the sky is falling. 3 pages of that. It's not necessary. Gets worse from there. The next and last thing I look at in this packet is this. Hit in the face. You don't even have to smoke cigarettes to die from nicotine poisoning. I don't even know what this means. But apparently there is a chemical, an insecticide, that's killing bees, which I think I sort of already knew at this point, that there are things killing bees. I didn't need this. This actually makes me feel like I personally am doing something wrong to harm the honeybees. All of this is unnecessary, right? We don't need to hit our consumers over the head with this amount of information when everything you've done to this point has already inspired, motivated, empowered, and excited people to take action. You can stop there. And I do think this is probably a case of a lack of filtering. You feel like you got to get your mailer out. You're going to have a captive audience. Give them everything you got. But that's not always the case. These are the last 2 things that I read, and it's filled with a lot of information that I don't really need. It's filled with a lot of doom and gloom. And in the end, it actually makes me kind of taper off this high I was feeling of being excited to give, and I'm dropping off to the point where I do feel like it's sort of a hopeless cause, and that my donation isn't going to go as far because the problem's too dire, too great. So they kind of cut themselves off at the knees with this a little bit, and I think it's just a lesson learned. You can do a lot to motivate and excite, and just keep it going there. People are going to take action, and they probably would have been just as or even more successful leaving out this bits of heavy-hitting doom and gloom, all hope is lost messaging, which is only doing a disservice to their cause. So that's what I got from the Sierra Club. This stuff is exciting. These are all great lessons learned, great tips to use moving forward. Definitely apply them in your own work. Filter this stuff out. We don't need it. Don't need to make people feel bad. And I look forward to seeing what arrives in my mail next and get to share it with you.